one of the fundamental ideals of Windward High School. I have done multiple things for this school, including the bicycle rack. I wrote the grant for that. That was worth $610. That took me 3 months, and I know that I am devoted to this school, and I believe that everyone else is. It's just that we did not know that we didn't have such high enrollment. If someone would have told us we didn't, we probably would be out there, just like that was said earlier.
What these young people over here have been talking about in the last few minutes is a question that I've had my hand up for a while now. We understand that there's money constraints and you can only do so much. We all understand that you're looking out for the best of your smart kids as best you can. My question is the diary cast too late to take an alternate path there? And if not, is there any possibility of getting some kind of a recruiting drive out there, the 11th hour, if you will, and try to pump up that 20 student enrollment to 80 kids or 100 kids? Because there's a lot of kids in this community that aren't aware of what goes on here. When I brought my daughter here for the open house when she was an 8th grader, I was like, no, I don't really want you to go there. That's kind of a freaky alternative, nerd.
That's what a lot of people say.
And be over 80 kid. And we came to the open house, and after about an hour, I was like, you got to go here. This is the right school for you. This is a great school. And I've seen what she's grown into in the last 3 years, and I've seen her classmates blossom here. And it's definitely a worthwhile entity to keep going. And I know that if more kids, more graders were aware of what happens here, that they would come here. And so that's my question. Is there any possibility of getting some grassroots campaign? It's funny, somebody mentioned something about picketing a few minutes ago, and I was talking to my daughter about that yesterday. I picked her from school, and she told me this whole thing was going down. I said, why don't you all just go and stand out there in the grass by Haggis and picket?
There are a couple things. We do have to move forward with registration and have that wrapped up before spring break. And I know that's hard to understand. It sounds like bureaucracy, but there's a lot of things tied up in that, whether it's teachers' jobs. We have to be able to know those things and make those decisions. But one of the deadlines we've always had at the high school is that if a student wanted to change the campus that they were attending, or had signed up for AP and then decided they didn't want to, or decided they did want to sign up for AP, whatever it is, they wanted to make a change in their registration, they have up until, I think it's June 3rd, Jack, is that the date? I think it's June 3rd. June 3rd, to come in and make that change. So if we get to June 3rd and we suddenly find out, we have 150 more students for Windward, that's when we may have to relook at the situation. So if we talk about a window, we can look at where we are on June 3rd, but until then, we have to move forward with what we have in our registration and what we can do with that.
The only caution I want to say about recruiting, I don't mind if June 3rd would be the day, but you're going to be recruiting, I assume, from Ferndale High School. And so, where are you going to recruit? Those kids would be going to Ferndale High School. What I just hate to see, and we heard a little of it, but the kids have turned it around a bit, is that that the recruiting takes the form of Ferndale High School bashing. I heard it a little bit, like those kids, like it's unsafe, it's a terrible place. And so, as long as we don't sacrifice, they're both my children. I don't want to go out and say, and to tell a bunch of parents that Ferndale High School is an unsafe place.
It's not about saying what Ferndale is.
Okay. That I'm okay with.
They think we're another Timberman.
That I'm okay with.
People think we're a Timberman.
Okay.
I guess my biggest worry right now is I don't trust that there will be a Windward next year anywhere. My son doesn't either. So can you guarantee that there will be a Windward somewhere?
Yes.
And
Yes.
what's the number?
Positive.
How many
Yes.
students do you need for there to be a separate? Give us a number.
Well, it all depends on what those
Stop
kids...
skating around it and give us a number. We've asked you numerous times.
Okay, it will take, hush your rude. It will take 100 and it would take about 160 FTEs. That means 160 students who are willing to take 8 periods a day. If they want to go over to take a class over there, then they're not considered, then they're only a partial. It's a percentage thing. So take 160 times 8. And that's probably what it would take to drive staffing to be in a separate place. It's not, and that's why I'm not skating at all. It's just complicated. If there are 8 classes and the students want, I told you 16% of them are being taken over there. Well, if it goes to 30%, then 180 kids is really, or 33% is really only 120 kids. We call them full-time equivalents. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
I have a couple questions. One is, Joe had a great point, Amy, great point, students back here, great. Windward is a team, and it is like a family. However, I'm both an employee of the district and a parent of a student who's graduated from the high school, who begged us not to send my son here, which now I'm thrilled that we did. We said, you don't know what you're talking about. And my son's a sophomore here right now. My question is, it's important, they say, we want to keep our teachers. Our teachers are what have saved us, basically, what motivate us. I know how the contract works. I know it's going to go based on seniority. Can you guarantee these Windward teachers will be teaching our Windward students on the high school campus?
We can guarantee that the ones who are there, we can dedicate to there, but I have no control over who. It's based on the union contract and on seniority. I've gone to the union and asked for an exception, and they said no. Okay.
And the other question is, how much does it cost for the district to run Windward on the separate, as it is right now, to run it here? What's out of pocket for the district?
Well, besides about $180,000 for the lease, I would a little bit be making it up.
And the kindergarten program was about $500,000?
No, about 400. But that's serving every kid in the district.
Oh, I know. I totally agree with you.
And that doesn't have anything.
That's the rumors that I've heard.
I know.
From tons of parents at both the elementary
No.
level and everywhere is, okay, they're trying to find a way to make up for the kindergarten.
No, it's not connected at all. The staffing at the high school is the same amount no matter which campus students go to. We have 1,438 students. So no matter which campus they're on, that's how much we'll get in funding and how much we have in staff. So then the question is, which
how are you
campus?
going to keep, you say, okay, we want to see, we want to be recruiting, having Windward on for no campus might be recruiting kids to enroll, so to speak, at Windward. What's the point if the Farmdale High School students are going to be able to take the Windward classes that are offered so they did it?
No, maybe we didn't talk about that. If we had a separate wing, there would be some classes that would be just Ferndale. Just Windward classes, and they would be the community leadership, all of their core classes. What a small school can't offer necessarily is the whole range of AP, the whole range of math classes, and all of the electives. So it would really, we would keep those classes pure. Kids would come out and they wouldn't have to drive. They could come out to take a class, but they'd have their own wing and their own classes.
I guess I just wanted to clarify to the whole Ricky and the teachers, because that's part of this, like a family here, and I want...
And that is the...
I wanted people to, because I don't want kids to go, wait a minute, Shelby's gone, Lewis is gone, whatever, they're teaching other classes in the high school. They're supposed to be Windward teachers. They're not.
No.
They're Ferndale High School teachers.
But we don't have control over who is at the bottom of the seniority list. Who hasn't